Namaste, Jai Bharat. This narrative of a nation state is less than 200 years old. The kind of nation state concept in narrative. With that thing in front of them, there are many people who wants to call Bharat not a nation in that sense. And this narrative is just less than 200 years old, and using that kind of concept, they're trying to look at Bharat and say, with all kinds of reasons, that Bharat is not a nation. Well, maybe, as they understand. Now, to this thoughts, you know who must have given the best reply in ancient times? The King of Kashmir, Maharaja Hari Singh. In the round table in London, there was a discussion about that colonial rule. British traders wanted to buy, like today, Trump wants to buy trade from Bharat. Buy Bharat, actually. So colonial rule resulted, and that was a time of struggle for independence. The Congress was acting of its own. Then the British, many people are very crooked many times. Somebody wanted to make a distinction between the Congress asking for independence and then the princely states of Bharat. I forgot the number. So many princely states. And these princely states were invited for a round table, if I'm right about the history. Then they were telling, why do you call yourself the Bharat as a nation? It's not a nation. Then Maharaja Hari Singh, the King of Kashmir, which Pakistan wants to say that belongs to them, funny fellows. Everything belongs to them. All right. So Raja Hari Singh was telling them, look, your concept of a nation state is less than 200 years old. With that concept, when you look at Bharat, you will not find Bharat as a nation state given your criteria. But Bharat is a civilizational state. Now that concept is to be harped upon. Bharat is a civilizational state. I would have called it differently. It's a cultural state today. Culture in the sense Sanskriti, not in the European under the sense of the term. He says it's a civilization state. The whole area. He's speaking about that period only. But then the civilization of Bharat is much beyond even the then boundary of Bharat. That entire area which is sharing one civilization is one Rashtra for us. I don't think he's used the word Rashtra. He must have been, he was speaking in English, it was a round table. Is one nation for us. Because we understand nation as civilizational, not like petty rules. Even today, Bharat is having multiple fragments of ruling structure because we are a democracy. We have a panchayat system, village panchayat. Then we have a block, some villages joining together, that panchayat. Then district-wise rule, then state-wise rule, then the union government. So this kind of rules were there. There were princely states. And the princely states were autonomous indeed politically. They had differences sometimes among others, but they also did wars, but their battle was not like the kind of brutal battle which Europeans and others see. They were noble wars. Women were never untouched. And a soldier used to only fight with a soldier, not with a layman. There's a battle going on, and a farmer goes there to sell groundnuts, he could be safe. Other than a straying arrow hits him, that of course is uncontrollable. But no soldier will deliberately attack a person who's not a soldier. Kshatriya will attack only a Kshatriya, another warrior who has a weapon in his hand. If he doesn't have a weapon in his hand, he will provide him with a weapon or allow him to take another weapon and fight. Now, that kind of civilization, that kind of understanding is beyond your imagination, very, very imagination, forget about understanding. So you say we are not a state because you are using a restricted, limited, that time latest so-called concept. But we are already tens and tens of thousands years of old, a civilization state. It's civilization that unites us. We remain one. You see, then he gave these examples. See, when Alexander, son of Philip of Macedonia, came, he did not come to see Sindh. He did not come to see Punjab. He did not come to see other places. He came to Bharat. Then the Vasco da Gama did not go to Calicut knowing that there is a place like that. He wanted to reach Bharat because they were trying to find out a sea route to Bharat, not to places. They were unaware of this kind of princely states. When they come to, like, Vasco da Gama reaches Calicut and finds a Zamarin as a ruler, then he talks to discussion with that ruler. But he came to Bharat and he went back from Bharat. That is how the thing goes. They know that there is a place called as Bharat. It's a civilization. Wherever that civilization is found, irrespective of who rules there, which kingdom, that is Bharat. And we had such tremendously powerful kingdom. In my understanding, the longest living dynasty or longest ruled dynasty is one that of the Cholas. Tamil Nadu today. And look at the Vijayanagara Hindu Empire, the kind of rich knowledge tradition they had. Sayana was their prime minister. Krishnadevaraya, great wise rulers. These things you don't understand because your rulers, Francis Bacon is right. He says if he is only a prince, he knows how best to deceive his subjects into believing that this man has all these qualities and knowledge. He need not have all those things. That's how Bacon puts things. Bacon puts things from his experience of his kind of existence of that kind of world. So these people think that they can, they understand Bharat. You can't understand Bharat. It takes time. It will take a civilizational background to understand a civilizational state. So you don't understand Bharat. That makes you in a kind of handicapped situation that you don't know how to deal with Bharat. You don't understand the categories of concepts which we handle in this nation. This is still a gap, and it's not easy to bridge that gap, especially with the rulers. So this is a kind of situation that people mistake. Raja Hari Singh gives the answer, and of course he was the king of Kashmir. And now Pakistan says Kashmir belongs to them just because they were forced to become Muslims, and their script in which they write Kashmiri was forced to be written in Persian scripts, and that's very glory to them. So we shall meet again. This kind of topic is unending. We shall meet again. Namaste. Jai Bharat. Jai Sri Ram.